say, man, I don't know her. She's too quiet.
What up, though? It's your girl, She's Too Quiet, and welcome back to the She's Too Quiet podcast. This podcast is for the ones who've been overlooked, underestimated, or simply too quiet for the noise of this world. I'm Tania, a fellow introvert and woman of faith, inviting you to find strength in stillness, clarity in solitude, and purpose in your quiet voice. Every episode, you'll hear reflections, devotions, and quiet confessions that remind you don't have to be loud to be powerful. And if you're listening, you're already a part of the Quiet Power Club, a space where we celebrate gentle strength and the God who meets us in the silence. Let's get into it. What up, though? Happy Friday. We have officially made it to the weekend. I hope your week has gone well. It is a short week for me, and I think it is a short week for most as we get into the 4th of July holiday on Saturday. So your girl will be staying in this weekend. I had a busy weekend last weekend and then working these last couple of days. I need a weekend off, so I will be in. I may cook a little. I may step outside to see some fireworks if people are, letting them ring in the sky over here. That is what is on tap for me. Now, if you do find yourself out this weekend at some festivities, maybe at a cookout or something like that, please enjoy yourself. Make sure you are safe. Keep your head on a swivel and watch your back. We're living in crazy times, but indeed, enjoy yourself. All right. So can I ask y'all something? Have you ever typed a text, deleted it, typed another one, deleted that one too, read it about 5 times, and then finally decided, you know what, never mind, and never sent it? That has been me. Maybe this is you. Maybe you finally hit send, and immediately you threw your phone across the room because you're waiting on response from whoever you're sending the message to, and you're nervous. You're probably thinking you probably shouldn't have sent that. It's crazy, right? It's just a range of emotions. It all boils down to communication. That brings me to today's episode called Why Is It So Hard to Communicate? I feel like this is a question that we will be asking for a while. I don't think everyone has quite got it figured out yet. And I hope we do. I hope someone finds the answer as to why it's so hard. And they say it's key. It's key to everything. It's key to a good working relationship, family relationships, romantic relationships, your relationship with God. Communication is key, but it is hard to do. Now, let me give you a little story time about something that happened this week for me. So someone came into my office and they were crying. Not because anyone was yelling at them, not because they were angry. They were just really disappointed. Something went wrong as we were trying to effectively communicate. And then this is a difficult part. So I genuinely feel like I had done everything I could, y'all. I mean, I sent emails, I had face-to-face conversations, I explained the urgency of the situation multiple times, I followed up. I mean, the whole shebang. I did it all. But somehow, my message still didn't land. That experience left me wrestling with a question I think all of us should ask ourselves. Why could you be having a conversation with somebody, and when it's all said and done and you walk away, people have different understandings? Today, my quiet confession is, I'm really beginning to believe that most communication problems aren't because people talk too little. They're caused because people don't listen enough. Whether it's in church, our families, friendships, relationships, or even at work, it seems like everybody has something to say, but few people are actually listening. Now, I have a theory as to why communication feels harder than ever, especially now. The world has changed as it relates to technology, right? And I think that plays a part in our communication. I mean, everything is instant. Text messages have replaced conversations, and sometimes I think social media replaces understanding altogether. Instead of talking things through when we have disagreements, we do a lot of other things like we send screenshots, we tend to unfollow one another, we may block each other, we assume, or we just react. And I think the part we're missing is communication, right? We think just because we're connected, it means that we're communicating effectively. And that is not the case. As always, we do have to look at some of these topics from a faith based perspective. So, one of the first instances of a communication breakdown in the Bible was between two people. Who do you think I'm talking about? Your boy Adam and your girl Eve. The serpent convinced Eve to question what God had already said. Instead of trusting God's voice, she entertained another one. Isn't that still our struggle today? Sometimes we're so busy listening to assumptions, our emotion, our pride, or what someone else has said, we stop listening to what God actually says. And then here's what happens, guys. We carry those misunderstandings into our relationships. We start assuming motives. We assume people meant harm. We assume people don't care. All because we filled in the silence with our own thoughts and feelings. So in the good book, James chapter 1 verse 19 says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Notice it doesn't say be quick to answer. It says be quick to listen. Listening has always been a spiritual discipline, but are we exercising it? This topic of communication also made me think of the family and family dynamics, right? That's another place where I find that we struggle communicating. Have you ever realized that maybe your family knows your favorite food, but not your biggest fear? We can live in the same house for years, eat dinner together, celebrate birthdays, know each other's routines, and still not really know each other. Some families know who likes sweet tea. They know who runs late all the time to all the family functions, but nobody knows who's silently struggling. Sometimes we're experts at sharing schedules, but terrible at sharing feelings. Growing up for me, avoidance was pretty normal in my family. If something was uncomfortable, we'd leave it alone and hope time fixed it. But time doesn't always heal conversations we never have. It usually just gives resentment more room to grow. One thing my family has started doing recently that has changed a lot of our communication skills is having family meetings. Not because something is wrong, but because relationships need maintenance. In these meetings, we've laughed together, we've shared things we never talked about before, and I've realized that sometimes the people you've known the longest are the people you've asked the fewest questions. A couple years ago, love languages was a huge talk of the town. Now, attachment styles is a huge topic of conversation. So for me, I recently took an attachment style assessment and I learned that I'm fearful avoidant. Now, if y'all have some free time in your schedule this weekend, go ahead and take your attachment style test. Make sure y'all get a free one now because they be trying to charge you like $1 to take the assessment. But you ain't got to do all that, okay? There's some free ones out there. Now, let me caution you. It is a lot of questions. I want to say it was like 100 questions, but they were really short and easy to answer. So just take it. Let me know what you are. I'd be interested to see what you come back with. But for me, this assessment explains so much. Attachment styles don't just affect who we love, they affect how we communicate. Someone with an anxious attachment style may ask a lot of questions, not because they're trying to be difficult, but they're trying to look for reassurance. For someone with an avoidant attachment style like myself, we may shut down during conflict, not because we don't care, but our emotions cause us to feel overwhelmed. A secure person is usually able to express what they're feeling while still making room to hear someone else. And people like me, a fearful avoidant, often want closeness, but become afraid once we have it. So here's what we do. We pull away, we overthink, we stay silent, or we convince ourselves nobody ever understands us anyway, so why even bother? Learning my attachment style didn't give me an excuse, though. It gave me a place to start growing. Healthy communication isn't just about learning what to say, it's understanding why we communicate the way we do. Once we understand the pattern, we can start changing it. Ultimately, communication isn't just about words, it's about what's happening underneath the words. Now, looking back at my little experience I had in my office, maybe no one intended to hurt anybody. Maybe everyone honestly believed they understood. Maybe that's what makes poor communication so painful. Most people aren't trying to hurt each other. They simply are trying to be heard. But if everyone is talking, again, who is listening? Now, I know you're probably wondering, she's too quiet. Tell me, I need to know, how do I become a better communicator? Let me tell you. Instead of listening to reply, listen to understand. Instead of assuming, ask questions. Instead of texting everything, sometimes you're just going to have to pick up that phone and have the conversation. Instead of trying to win an argument, protect the relationship. Lastly, instead of rushing to speak, pause long enough to hear. Now, I have a challenge for you this week. Choose one relationship where communication has become strained. I want you to pray first. Ask God to soften your heart before you open your mouth now, all right? Then have the conversation you've been avoiding. Don't aim to win, aim to understand, and aim to be understood. Maybe the greatest act of communication isn't finding the perfect words. Maybe it's making someone feel seen, heard, and valued. Jesus did that everywhere he went. Before he corrected people, he noticed them. Before he taught crowds, he listened to individuals. In a world full of noise, perhaps one of the most Christ-like things we can do is become a better listener. Before we wrap up this episode, y'all know I have to give you a journal prompt, right? Go ahead, take out your pen, take out your paper, take out your phone, or just ponder this question. What's one conversation you've been putting off, and what's made it so hard to have? Thank you for sitting with me for a few quiet moments today. If this episode encouraged you or made you think about communication, please make sure you are following me, make sure you're subscribed and connected so you never miss an episode. You can also connect with me on the website, quietpowerclub.card, that's CARRD.co, and you can find some valuable resources there. You can see the vision for She's Too Quiet, and you can join the club. Now, if you're looking for a simple way to slow down and spend time reflecting with God, my 7-day digital journal, Quietly Becoming, is available on Etsy for just $5. As always, don't forget to do 2 things. That's love God and love people. This is for the soft-spoken and deeply felt. Until next time, deuces.